It is another edition of the On the Mic podcast, and as I just told them, it's got a beautiful background here. Bellator 293 is a week away, March 31st. My next guest, Lance Gibson Jr., returns, and he'll take on Vladimir Tokov. First and foremost, sir, how are you?
I'm doing great, man.
Well, I never do this. I literally never do this, but as I was getting ready, I usually go like hoodie and hat, like sports hat for all my interviews. And I remember you were from Seattle. And I had a Mariners hat, so I busted it out for you. So a little bit of home cooking there for you.
Yeah.
But you'll be fighting in California.
Nice, thanks, man. yeah.
You'll be fighting in California, and man, I mean, just everything's worked out perfectly so far to start. Where do you feel you're at so far in your young career? 7-0. I mean, you come from such a great, strong, powerful family. Where do you feel you're at in your career?
I think I'm just getting started. I think my skills are just improving more and more, and I'm being able to showcase every single time I go in there. I'm being able to showcase just a little glimpse more of what I have and more of my abilities. Like my last fight, I was able to showcase my submissions off my back, which a lot of people didn't expect from me, and being able to throw a triangle up in the first round when you're fresh isn't that common. So yeah, it's awesome. I think I'm just getting started, and I think my abilities and my skills are just going to continue to improve, and I'll be a world champion one day.
You took the next question right out of my mouth, but because I was going to ask you, what is, it's like, or something. But it's not, it's obviously most people, I would say 98% of fighters get into the sport to become world champion and to cement their lifelong legacy. But a lot of the roadblocks come when they don't know how to handle their path. So how do you want to go about, like I said, 7-0, if you go in and do what you expect and your team expects you to do, you'll be 8-0. How do you want to handle your path?
It's actually funny because you're wearing a Mariners hat. I like to, I used to do a lot of modeling for the company Roots of Fight, and they got Ken Griffey Jr. and obviously one of my favorite athletes of all time. But one of his quotes, I don't want to misquote him fully, but it was talking about just like he goes there and does his job, and the stats will take care of itself. So pretty much that's how I take it in the sport. Is I go in there and I do my job to the best of my absolute ability, and I think everything else takes care of itself. I think as long as I continue to improve and focus on what I can control, I think I just see a trajectory going upward from there. You have to constantly improve in the sport, and you got to take it very seriously. This is a business, obviously, but this is my life. It's not just a hobby that I do, and that's been that way since I was an amateur. So I believe my mentality and obviously continuously improving will bring me exactly to where I need to be. And I think God's timing it'll be divine timing by the time I get to my world championship.
Well, that's a beautiful answer. And, with you having just turned 28 this year, I mean, you kind of just touched on it already, but no internal feelings of being rushed. Do you feel that at all? Like you're okay? I mean, because really, especially in the fight world, I mean, I think if we talk about football, right? Like Tom Brady just showed us, it really doesn't matter how old you get. But in the fight world, they always say your prime is around 32. So, man, you're not even near your prime yet. And that's beautiful. Being 28, being 7-0, having such a powerful team behind you, you don't feel any internal rush, do you? Not sure if
No, not at all. Just that's kind of how my whole demeanor since I was a child. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, I got you. Yep.
Okay. My demeanor since I was a kid was I was super chill. So I was not in a rush. And that was what obviously with like I know that things take, and I know that in order to be your best, you have to put the work in. To constantly dedicate your time to your like like everybody talks about Mamba mentality. Look at the count this craft. So honestly, I think I feel any rush right now. I just think I need to dedicate my life to exactly what I'm doing.
Well, I think
Can you hear me?
honestly, yep, you're a little cut out, the video cut out, but I got most of that. I mean, I'm good with that answer. I like that answer a lot.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you about your fight here, but before that, I got to ask, and I know you're going about it in a very intelligent, kind of to your pace, humble pace that you have for your career. But I'm going to make you not humble for a second. Are you the best fisherman in all of MMA? I think I just lost you here. Give me one.
I think so. When it comes to fishing in the Pacific Ocean on the Pacific Northwest, when it comes to okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a delay on your end, and the camera's frozen. But I know you got. I know you heard the question.
Yeah. So, I think I am. When it comes to salmon fishing and being on the Pacific Ocean and the Pacific Northwest, I think we hit them hard. Like, we're able to test out new spots and know exactly how to fish them. Me and my dad we're monsters when it comes to fishing on the ocean. I think there should be a show on that eventually, because we do some pretty cool stuff out there, whether we're catching octopus or prawns and shrimp and crabs and halibut and lingcod, and it's pretty sweet. So obviously having orcas, killer whales coming up beside our boat, humpback, it's pretty and I think there should be some of that one day.
Well, if you don't do it yourself, I'll get a damn camera crew, and you'll be hearing from me, because that sounds like a fun time. Give me one second.
For sure.
Let me pause it here.
Okay.
But I mean, don't tempt me, man. If you don't get your own camera crew, I'll definitely get a camera crew. I think that's something post fighting during your career, that would be fun. Yeah. I've never been to the Pacific Northwest, and I would love to go. So that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. I had a choice last year. It was either Seattle or Boston. I ended up in Boston. Yeah. But Seattle's on the bucket list of places to go. But I want to talk about your fight, and specifically, obviously, you mentioned your dad, and we know your family ties. With that said, and I've asked you about how you're approaching your career and all of that, but what is it like for you coming from such a strong family and knowing they just support you? Sometimes there's, the concern of not letting them down while also not letting yourself down, wanting to make them happier faster than maybe you should or you can, whatever that. So how do you handle with having such a strong, not just family foundation, but a family of great fighters?
Yeah. One thing I try to do is if you can't tell from me already, I try to stay extremely humble. I think in your humility, I think you can learn a lot. A lot of people focus on the wrong things, and I think that's where a lot of people's downfalls are. But when I'm working with my dad and Julia and my family, obviously there's just support there through and through. So at the end of the day, I just got to do my job. They know what I'm capable of, and they know what I'm capable of in the fire. They know what I'm capable of on my worst day. They see me day in, day out, constantly showing what I can do, even if I'm like sore, beat up, tired, feel like crap, and I go in and spar and I'm fantastic. So that's what they just trust me. So at the end of the day, I just got to go in and do my job. I don't even feel any pressure at the end of the day. Only pressure I feel is like I got my little nephews. One of them's 3 now, and then the other one's turning 2. So I just got to show them what their uncle superhero can do when I go in there. So I got to do my best to be a superhero for them. But and I'm sure they're just proud of me regardless. So it's honestly a blessing to be able to have these guys, my dad and Julia and my entire family on my back.
That's awesome, man. It's really beautiful. Actually, one of my favorite answers I've ever heard, and I've been doing this for years.
Thanks.
I could tell you that your nephews are definitely proud of their uncle.
Yeah,
Vladimir Tokov, same amount of wins. He's got 2 losses on his record. What are you looking to showcase in this fight? I know you said each and every fight you're growing a little bit, you're showing a little bit more. What are you looking to show in this fight?
I'm looking to show everything, honestly. I got such a well-rounded skill set. I think I can exploit his weaknesses in every area. So whether it's wrestling, I can showcase my wrestling against him. I can showcase my counter wrestling against him. I can strike against his wrestling. When it comes to striking, I can take him down. I can outstrike him. I can counter strike him. I can expose all of his weaknesses and capitalize on them all. So that's my plan, which is to make him make mistakes and capitalize on them until he can't continue anymore, which is this most simplistic way you can think of any fight, which is I need to make him do things that he doesn't want to do when he doesn't want to do them, and then make him pay for it. So it's simple at the end of the day. I just got to go in and just be me. I think my movement, my athletic ability, and my martial arts all combined into one is an unstoppable force.
I think that's spot on. I think it's hard to argue that. What's the plan for 2023 then? How often you want to fight this year? And I'll ask the big question: when are you going to start targeting that top 10?
A lot of people are asking me that question.
Oh damn! Here I was thinking I was so smart. Damn.
A lot of people are asking me that question, but I'd like to see what happens in the lightweight tournament. Obviously, that's going on right now. I'd like to fight two more times at least, if possible. I would like to get a fight in Ryzen if possible, because my dad fought in Japan. He was retired as the #1 ranked fighter in Japan in Shudo, and I think that'd be really cool because my name, Lance Gibson Sr., but our name's really well known there. So I think that would be a really cool opportunity if Bellator can get me on the Ryzen. And then obviously I want to see what happens in this tournament and see how the chips fall, and I'll take another opponent in the organization, whatever comes. When Scott calls me and lets me know, I'll do it.
Well, I know they're sending Juan Archuleta over there. I think while this tournament's going on, sending you over there would be awesome as well. Man, I'm going to just say it right now. I hope after your fight on March 31st at Bellator 293, I hope we talk after your fight, because I love the conversation. Sure. Super humble. This is probably one of my favorite all-time interviews, and I'm not going to keep you much longer. But what do you want to show the world in this? Because we've talked about your career. We talked about your family. I think now you're at a place, and I'm not an expert, so don't take my words for what they're worth. But I think we're at a point where Lance Gibson Jr. is now ready to. You've had the building blocks of your foundation, of your own legacy, and now we're getting close to cementing it. And I think as you continue to progress in your career, we're really going to see the layers of cement kind of come in, and Lance Gibson Jr. is just going to be as much known as your father's name was. With that said, what do you want to showcase the world at Bellator 293?
Well, one, I want to show them that I'm not, let alone the most athletic MMA athlete there is, the most dynamic MMA athlete there is in lightweight division for sure, and that I have an extreme set of skills that constantly evolves. So a lot of people will bring forth the same game and the same style and the same everything every single fight, and I think that's where there's a huge difference between me and everybody else. Is I'm constantly improving and constantly evolving and constantly changing. In the sport, you can't stay the same. You have to evolve, otherwise you're going to be left in the dust. So at the end of the day, in this next fight, you'll see an evolved and extremely skilled and extremely precise Lance Gibson Jr. And you're just going to see that over the years, constantly getting better and better until I'm world champion.
Well, we are about 9 days away from March 31st, Bellator 293 in California. Lance Gibson Jr. Like I said, hope we talk after your fight. It's going to be a hell of a card. Super excited to see you back inside the Bellator cage. Wish you all the best and hope to talk again soon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.